Welcome back to the OKC Foodcast. We are joined, well, you are joined by your hosts, Nabil
and Ashley.
And your hosts are joined with a couple of special guests.
Yeah, we're super excited to have Raena and Shane from Roxy's Ice Cream Social. So welcome, guys.
Thank you. We're excited to be here.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us.
Absolutely. I feel like this is perfect timing to talk about ice cream.
Yes.
I mean, the only thing that could make it more perfect is if we were actually eating ice cream while talking about it.
I agree. And I think it would have turned out as a milkshake if we would have brought it in so hot today.
It is so dang hot out there.
Yeah. I feel like as soon as you'd walk out, it'd be gone.
Yeah, melted. But no, I have been craving some ice cream. So excited to have you guys. And let's jump in. What was your eat of the week, Raena?
You know, honestly, pho all day, every day is what we love from 7 Asian Bistro.
A friend of ours owns 7 Asian Bistro, and we like it so much we actually take it home and have it for breakfast.
Yeah.
And have it all the time, really. It's really almost a meal you can eat anytime.
Absolutely.
Wait, do you really have it for breakfast?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Do you do anything different to it when you eat it for
We
breakfast?
usually just eat it without meat.
Okay.
It's real light breakfast. I guess traditionally Vietnamese, that's what he told me anyways, that Vietnamese
do
people
eat
eat
it
it
for
for breakfast. So
Yeah.
it makes sense now that I've tried it. So
Yeah, I love pho. I have eaten it for breakfast many, many a time. Because a lot of times you go and you get a giant bowl, so you take some to go. Eating it for breakfast, I'm also kind of a weirdo in the sense that I will eat really strange things for breakfast. People think it's strange. Like, I guess 2 days ago I had lasagna for breakfast. I cooked it. It was left over and sounded good.
I mean, you can eat whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
My favorite thing growing up was Thanksgiving. My grandma made the best dressing, and I would eat it for like a week straight for breakfast.
Yeah. And also cake or pie for breakfast. Absolutely
Yeah, sweets for
love.
breakfast is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Yes, definitely.
For sure. Well, very cool. Is that your eat of the week as well?
I would say, yeah. We
Yeah.
usually are almost all together 90% of the time. So if we're going there, if someone goes there without one, we'll be upset.
Okay.
So we'll definitely always go there together.
And
for
what
sure.
was the location you said?
7 Asian Bistro.
7 Asian Bistro. Okay, I haven't tried them out yet. Have
It's,
you?
Me neither.
No.
It's like on 27th and Classen.
Okay. Very cool.
I've heard they've got some good pho.
Yeah.
I've had it from a couple other places, but I've
yeah.
heard nice.
Their pho is really good, but they have a lot of other dishes that we love too, like their vermicelli bowls and things
Yes.
like that. Their vermicelli bowls, and they make their own egg rolls in house. And
Do they put like coconut milk on their vermicelli bowls?
No, not there. They have like fresh mint and pickled carrots and
I love
shredded
vermicelli
lettuce on
bowls.
the. It's so good. I get it with grilled pork. It's like
Yeah.
lemongrass grilled pork.
Oh, that sounds really
I might have to
good.
go there now.
Yeah, right? I asked about the coconut milk because there was a spot in Houston that I used to go to, and they would put coconut milk on, like just a little bit, like drizzle on top with a squeeze of lime with the mint.
Interesting.
And I've never found anybody else that does it that way.
that's really
And so,
Whenever you order now, you can just be like, "Can I get a side of coconut milk?"
and I've made it myself that way since I can't find it anywhere. But I do love me some vermicelli.
She
Yeah.
loves the mango sticky rice too.
Ooh,
so we've actually
that
considered,
sounds
but we've considered making an ice cream flavor out of that too. Mango sticky rice ice cream. I actually have a recipe, just haven't had the time to execute it yet.
Exciting.
So, like, have you experimented with it at all, or this is just like a brainchild that you have right now?
Brainchild. That's how basically everything goes, and we kind of have a process that we've developed that where we can pretty much nail a flavor almost on the first try, just because we've done so many. I think we have over 60 flavors now that we do, special flavors that we rotate in and out. So usually we can conceptualize one, kind of have an idea what we want it to be, and then execute it. I think almost pretty much on the first try every time.
That's amazing. Well, we'll definitely dive into
That is
flavors
impressive.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my eat of the week, I got to try out Gun Izakaya in the Paseo area. So good. We actually went last Friday, so it was first Friday, and I went with a few friends. It's if you haven't been there, it's like a Japanese pub, and it's like tapas, so small plates. So you just order a lot of small plates and just share, and you can just keep ordering as you go. So we had a lot of things. The pork and crab dumplings. The Tokyo hot chicken, which were like these little drumsticks. They were very hot.
I feel like everyone's doing some sort of hot chicken now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's like the new thing.
It is. They were superb. There was also, I can't remember what it's called, but it was a smoked pork sausage sandwich thing.
That's what it's called, smoked
Yeah.
pork sausage sandwich.
Sandwich thing, eat my bopper. We also had the chicken breast skewers, and it had some kind of spicy mustard on it, I think. Pork belly skewers, and the pork belly was probably some of the best I've had. It was just melt in your mouth. And I had a really great cocktail as well. It was, I think, like their special cocktail. It was like a grapefruit highball, kind of carbonated cocktail. Very,
Sounds
very
refreshing.
good. Yeah, it was very refreshing. Perfect for summertime.
So, out of all of that, what was your favorite?
Definitely the pork belly skewers. Yeah, that, and I would maybe it's a tie between the pork and crab dumplings and the pork belly skewers. But I will say they don't take reservations right now, and at least majority of your party has to be there before you're seated. So we got there around like 6 o'clock and just waited a little bit on a Friday night, and it being First Friday, so it was going to be very busy out there. We didn't have to wait too long, but I have read some reviews that some people are waiting like 2 hours. Because they're not taking reservations quite yet.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend it.
And I mean, it's a new spot. Everyone's going to flock to it.
Absolutely. And it's
Right.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. So definitely check out Gun.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to.
Yeah, for sure. So what was your eat of the week?
My eat of the week wasn't as exciting as that. It was pesto chicken.
Oh, yeah?
It was pretty good.
That you made?
Yeah.
Cool.
We'd made, we have basil plants at home, and they had reached maturity. And so we had to use this basil otherwise, because it stopped growing once it starts flowering and stuff. And so made pesto out of it and just froze it. And so that way, whenever we need pesto, we've got little ice cubes of
You
pesto.
don't waste any basil.
Exactly. And now it's ready to be cut again.
Exactly.
And,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Towards the end of summer, like when stuff, starts dying, I'll do that with all of my herbs and have rosemary, thyme, mint, basil. And like you said, putting them in ice cubes.
Yeah.
So you can just throw it in anytime you need it all year round. It's perfect.
Yeah, worked well. So we made that. It was a real quick kind of whip up at home kind of dish. And then we had chicken leftover. And so apparently my favorite thing to do with leftover meats is to make pizza.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can't go wrong with that. Do you make your dough?
No, haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah.
I mean, I have made dough before, but it's a process.
It is.
And so to whip something up, we'll buy like ready-made dough and crust and then put our topping. So we had tomato sauce that was frozen and basil that was frozen. And so this was just a very, like, most of the stuff is right here. Let's just whip it together.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so that was good.
Sounds good.
We've been going to Trader Joe's and getting like $1 pizza dough they have there.
Oh, yeah,
It's
I've heard that's
actually
good.
really
Good.
good.
Yeah.
And it's like a quick, easy pizza. So if you're in a hurry, because we like to make our own dough too, but it is a process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a quick, easy, and we have a green egg. We just throw it in there like 600 degrees, and it's like a few minutes. It's like a
perfect.
really, really nice pizza. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
I'm going to have to
sounds
go
good.
get some dough from there.
Yeah.
I wonder if
try
I
it.
could freeze the dough.
I probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I bought like 4 of them and we ate pizza like every night for a week.
Nice.
Hey, that's not a bad thing.
I know.
No,
it's
not
It's
at
like
all.
$1 for the crust or something like that. So,
That's
I mean,
amazing.
I know. That's
Yeah.
what I was shocked with it. And it's a great
Wow.
flavor and everything. So yeah.
Very cool.
Nice.
I am 1,000% going to try
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah.
$1, dang.
$1 a day.
All right, so let's jump into Roxy's ice cream social.
Let's do it.
Shall we? So first, how did you come up with the name Roxy's Ice Cream Social?
When we started it, it was just going to be a summer job for Raena, and we really didn't have any idea where we were going to go with it. It was just something that seemed like something fun for us to try out, and I was building food trucks for other people at the time, so
Oh,
she
yeah?
wanted me to build her a food truck. So that's kind of like she found an ice cream truck on Craigslist. Where did we go? Tennessee. We went to Tennessee to get it, and it was a daunting task getting it back and getting it. It was supposed to be running and driving when we got there, and there was a piston hanging out the side of the motor. The brakes didn't work.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy, but we'd already committed and drug a trailer all the way there.
Right,
So we went
this is
ahead.
happening.
Oh yeah. So it took me a full month just to get it where it could drive down the street enough where I could find out if it was going to be worthy of getting it on the road.
Right.
You know, it took me a long time, and it took about another month after that for me to get it all painted and things like that. But
Right.
yeah, we Roxy's was our dog.
Okay.
Yeah, so our
Is
Great
that
Dane.
the cute
Yeah.
dog painting.
Yes,
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was
It's all coming together.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Sorry.
That's Roxy.
So, but yeah, Roxy is our Great Dane. So, and that's what it's kind of closer, near and dear to our heart. So we were kind of playing with the idea of just going ice cream social or going Roxy's Ice Cream Company. So one day my dad was over there. He's like, "Well, why don't you just call it Roxy's Ice Cream Social?" And it just kind of clicked, and it kind of made sense at that point. It was just that's the right way to go.
I love it.
Nice. So, you said you were making food trucks for other people, so you might as well make one for yourself. But how did you why ice cream? What's your was there something in your background that kind of led to ice cream?
I came from a concrete background, and I did all kinds of decorative.
So mixing. There we go.
Very similar.
You're taking a concrete base and you're throwing stuff in it to make it different colors. I did decorative concrete for almost 10 years.
Okay.
So just playing with that, I guess I just had an inclination to ice cream just felt natural.
Really?
So yeah, we started with a base recipe, if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, my Aunt Kathy would make this wonderful vanilla ice cream growing up. So we took that recipe and kind of just molded it into other flavors. So that's what we use for our base recipe for all of our flavors.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
So just like concrete, you can start with anything, but you can turn it into anything. It's kind of with an ice cream base, you can kind of do the same, So.
Cool. So your aunt, what kind of ice cream machine? Did she have the old school ice cream machine, that brown thing with the salt?
with the salt, yes, and cranking it. Yes, exactly. The old fashioned
Tell
homemade.
what your dad says about our salted caramel.
I don't know.
Tastes like the salt water got into it.
Oh,
Whenever you're making ice cream
yeah.
with salt, it tastes like, he said that's what it tastes like whenever you splash water into
Right.
the ice cream. So he's not a fan of our salted caramel, but it's one of our most popular flavors. For
I
sure.
love it. Yeah, that's really good.
Dad.
But I do think, I don't know, adding salt and sweet flavors, it is kind of a newer thing.
It is,
that
definitely.
My dad's not a fan of adding sweet and savory together. He's like, no, you keep those two
I
things
feel like it's
separate.
weird too because my dad, I saw him the other day, just take the table salt and throw it in his hand and eat it. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
No.
what is that?
Yeah, my dad will put salt on
He's
everything.
He's
that's-
just priming his palate.
right.
He calls it heart medicine.
That's funny. So you are now up to what, 4 locations?
Yeah, we have 4 locations. We have 1 in Edmond and then 3 in Oklahoma City.
That's amazing. So how has that been adjusting from the food truck to one brick and mortar? Your first one was in the plaza.
Yes, yep, that's
That's
the first
actually
one.
the only location that I've been to.
I've been to that one and the one on 122nd and MacArthur.
Yeah, definitely.
And I feel like your expansion happened fairly quickly.
We
After
just
having
slowed
one
down
for a
for
while,
a
yeah.
little bit and we're reflecting back and we were like, how did we even do that, honestly?
The last year and 4 months, it seemed like 3 years just because we've been going 100 miles an hour every day.
Right.
And it just kind of felt natural to kind of keep that grind going because we wanted to be able to get as much Roxy's ice cream out there for as many people to experience it. Because we knew we had a really good product and we wanted to get it in as many people's hands as possible.
Absolutely. So you two are the sole owners of all of this. So what was that process like going from food truck to now 4?
It was definitely a huge learning experience for sure. Starting from making ice cream from a recipe that was made for small batches, and that was our first challenge was how do we get this much base and all. And
Right.
So that was one of our big overcomings. And another one was kind of employees. It's just getting you know, we had core values that we just kind of grew with the business, and kind of getting people on board with those core values, and kind of understanding what we were trying to do for the community and all that stuff was another kind of challenge for us. But.
Yeah, we want them to not just think it's a job. We want them to feel a part of something and love their job, love working there, and have a lot of them, it's their first job. So we want them to, in 20 years, be like, oh, I dipped ice cream for my first job and I loved it. You know? So we really want them to enjoy their jobs, and you know that is shown towards our customers and towards us too if they love their job. And we have a really great staff.
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like people feed off of energies, and so I feel the same way with my employees. If my employees are happy and having fun, my customers feed off of their energy, and it's just a really good vibe.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going for, good vibes.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that your core value?
Yeah, good vibes.
No, but since you mentioned those, tell us about like your core values. Like why'd you start doing what you're doing?
One of our biggest core values is just consistency. So everything that we do in our stores, even our hours, we make sure we're absolutely open when we say we're going to be open. We say open even 5 minutes later, just in case somebody was rushing and didn't. Cause
Ooh, I like that. I'm that person.
We are too.
Thank you.
So if I've had my feelings hurt by a restaurant or some other way, I do my best to make sure no one else gets their feelings hurt that way.
Yeah.
So we tell our employees, don't lock the door until 5 minutes after our hours, just in case somebody's in a hurry, because that's a big disappointment if you rushed and did all that stuff, you know. And then our classic flavors is kind of consistency. They're always there. We haven't ran out of those flavors since we opened ever. So, and then we have our special flavors. So people can always come in and get their favorite classic flavor if they have one, or if they're feeling adventurous, we have special flavors, 60 different ones, and anything's possible with our combinations. So
yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
What would you say your personal favorite ice cream flavor is?
Strawberry for sure.
Yeah?
Yes, strawberry's my
Classic,
favorite.
classic.
Classic strawberry. Our strawberry is made with 5 pounds of strawberries, and it's like smooth, so it doesn't have chunks in it. It's my favorite. I love a bunch of flavors, but strawberry will always be my favorite.
Yeah.
I think mine would probably be oatmeal cream pie. It's kind of a...
His changes every week, though.
It's a special.
It is. No, I think that one because it kind of reminds me of my childhood, and that's kind of what my grandma used to have oatmeal cream pies in her house, and she would hide them all over the place to try, and I would always be able to find them. She had like 50 different hiding places, but it just kind of that oatmeal cream pie flavor reminds me of my childhood and that kind of
Nice.
memory.
I love that.
Nice. So do you draw on like experiences to
We
come
do,
up with?
yeah, we definitely do that.
We both have ongoing lists of like flavors, ideas, and we bounce back, and we combine ideas, and just it's an open book, you know. It's fun. It's fun. It really
That
is.
does
Nice.
sound like a lot of fun.
My favorite flavor is the graham cracker.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. That's one of the ones that was a special flavor. And then I was like, well, let's try to change it up. And we took it off for like 3 days. We had hate mail from it.
Hate mail.
So it is a classic flavor now.
We won't take it away.
I had
Good.
tried a few different flavors, and Nabil and who else was it? Was it one of our guests was talking about the graham cracker? I want to say maybe Logan.
Maybe.
Anyways, I had never tried the graham cracker flavor. It's not like a type of flavor I would typically gravitate towards. I usually go for the fruitier flavors. But the last time I was there, I definitely got the graham cracker, and I loved it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you mix that graham cracker with anything else, like you have strawberry pie.
Yeah. No.
And we do have actually a secret menu that not everybody knows about. Our employees know about it, so if you ask about it, but we have a s'mores float. That's probably, in my opinion, the best item on our menu. So
S'mores float?
on the secret menu.
The secret,
tell
not
us
so secret menu.
What is the s'mores float?
The s'mores float. So it starts out with marshmallow whipped cream in the bottom of the cup, and then we do a fudge drizzle all the way around the cup, so you kind of get that nostalgic drip look. Cream soda, 1 scoop of graham cracker ice cream, and then it gets a little bit more marshmallow whipped cream on top, and then it kind of gets finished like our s'mores sundae. It's got a drizzle of fudge on top, a cherry, and some graham crackers and chocolate crumbles. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
It's,
you had me at the marshmallow.
It is so good.
That sounds amazing.
I'm gonna go and be like, can I see your secret menu, please?
Exactly. Yes, do it.
It's behind every register. It's not huge right now, but
so it's like printed and it's actually a secret menu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in case somebody comes and asks our employee that maybe hadn't heard of it before, they can get it out, and it has a step-by-step for how them to make it and stuff
that's
like that
good.
too.
Yeah.
So.
Very cool. Nice. I can't wait to get the secret menu
Yeah.
items. Yeah.
We just did one of ours is a shark bite Sunday we did for Shark Week, so that's one that's on ours.
Cool.
We don't have some of the stuff we don't have all the time, specialty things like that, but a lot of it we do have everything to make all the time. So
Nice.
Very cool.
So would you say graham cracker is like your customer's favorite, or is that something else?
I think a lot of customers really love graham cracker. Our best sellers though are salted caramel and cookies and cream for sure.
All right.
Cookies and
sure.
cream. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. And the salted caramel.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go wrong with that, in my opinion.
people. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say people say our cookies and cream is like different than other people's, and we hear that all the time. We're in the truck. We see people get it, and we hear them talking about it, and they say this is different. This ruined all the other cookies and creams for me. So that's a really good compliment to hear for us.
Absolutely.
And you're like, good. It's supposed to.
Yeah. No, the last time I took my nephews, they got like the cookie sandwich
yeah.
with cookies and cream.
Yes.
Very, very good. They loved it. What would you say is and you don't have to pick one, but the wildest flavor or flavors you've ever created?
I went out on a limb one time.
I think it was my fault.
Yeah, I think that's the only batch that didn't work out, and I pretty much knew it wasn't going to from the start, but I tried it anyway.
From your concrete mixing experience.
Yeah, from my
Yes,
exactly.
You're like, this consistency doesn't feel right.
But she loved the pickle juice snow cones.
Oh,
so I attempted to make a pickle juice sorbet, and it landed pretty good. But in order to be soft enough to dip, it has to have enough sugar in it and things like that. So it was a little kind of more like it was okay, but
A slush.
yeah. It was the only one that we didn't actually serve.
Yeah.
We didn't feel confident.
What's a wild flavor that you have served?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think the one I liked the most recently is the dark cherry pistachio.
Ooh,
it's got
that sounds
it's got
good.
local honey in it actually too. That
Andrew's
really
honey.
it's Andrew's honey, so it's a real subtle undertone of the honey, kind of added the sweetness and stuff. But that one I was really happy with. So
That sounds amazing.
Nice.
I would totally go for that.
Nice. So you said you create these off and on, and you have a special like almost every week?
we don't really have we just kind of let them go until they run out. So it kind of depends. We don't want to tell people every week because they might get, it may not happen. It's kind of first come, first serve.
On our Instagram, though, we have the little stories that it shows every day what location has each flavor. So we have about 10 flavors, special flavors at each location every day. And sometimes they vary from location depending on how quick they sell them.
Yeah.
Nice. So the specials might vary from location to location.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like
if
that
you
a
don't
lot.
get one in Edmond, you can go down to the plaza, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Well, very cool. What else have we not touched on? So, okay, your locations, your different locations. Your first location was in the Plaza District. Where are the other locations? Nabil mentioned one.
We have the 122nd and MacArthur locations, kind of by Sprouts. We do espresso at that one. That's what makes that one special. So we do affogatos, and we do ice cream lattes where we take a scoop of ice cream and then we pour a shot over it and then we steam it. So it doesn't even have any milk in it. It's just the ice cream steamed.
Oh,
So good.
that sounds amazing.
It is really good. And that's the only location we have that available. And then we have our Edmond location. It's on Kelly and Covell. And then our newest location is in the Class and Curve area, and it is on Grand and 63rd.
Yeah, it's right next
to Zoe's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that store is really unique, actually. We actually did a gray and white scheme in there.
Oh,
so
instead of the
it's-
pink and yellow.
Yeah, it's the exact same pink and yellow pattern, but everything is kind of grayscale. So when you take pictures in there, it almost looks like they've been photoshopped where the background's gray. And it's really cool. And it's got really nice diffused light from the huge glass front. So it's really a pretty place to take nice pictures.
And that's the one in Class and Curve area?
Yeah, Class and Curve area.
I have to check that out. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I like how you were like, when people take pictures here, it's going to be a good picture.
Yeah.
It really is.
Set 'em
Like
up
you
for good lighting.
have to think about that, right?
It's so funny.
I mean, with all the social media, it's almost free advertising, so let's might as well set them up to take a really nice picture. So.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, I had posted, y'all are great on social media, by the way.
This is all her.
It's me and our general manager, Sierra.
Nice.
So
I had
not taking the
taken my nephews for ice cream, and I took a picture of my nephew with his ice cream cone, and you guys shared it, and I was like, "Aw, He's so cute.
Social media is definitely a part of feeling a part of the community, you know. So it's
Yeah.
really fun.
You get a direct pulse on what people like and don't like. That way we can make changes quickly and make sure that we're serving people the best thing that we can for
For
what
sure.
we can.
For
Yeah.
sure. It's such a cute spot. I
Yeah.
love it.
We've never done any kind of traditional advertising or anything. It's all been word of mouth, which has been really rewarding for us to kind of see our business keep growing. It's kind of almost like a good job, keep going. So that's been
absolutely.
really nice. Without
That's amazing that that's how you've been able to expand. Word of mouth is
Yeah,
just so you
that-
kind of go organically. It's
And
really-
we like to
Yeah.
do community involvement. We have a fundraiser night at every location every month. So
Oh,
we have
that's
give back
awesome.
nights. Yeah. It's
Y'all
really good.
pick a different charity every month?
Yeah, we do each location. It'll be the second Tuesday every month, and then each location has a different charity that we do for each location.
Cool.
But they
Very
vary
cool.
month to month, so it kind of depends. So we get a
Okay.
lot of people reaching out to us, so we try and help as many as we can. So
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that. So you want to do the? Oh, you gotta.
I had another question pop up
Yeah.
in my head.
Yeah.
Have you guys experimented, and you might already have, and I might not know, with savory flavors?
Ooh.
I almost got away with one the other day. I was gonna do a candied bacon sundae.
Yes.
I know, yes, but it's so labor intensive to do things like that. It's one of the things.
Right.
It's one of those pipe dreams that we have to put in the back. So eventually we will have that, but
Right.
not quite yet.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean,
Do you have
not-
suggestions?
I
We love
I mean,
suggestions.
I can come up with tons of suggestions. But I went to when I was in Seattle and Portland and all the salt and straw.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I had savory flavors there. I'm not a huge fan of savory flavors in
think
an ice cream.
Whenever I went there, I think I got one too. It said it had peppercorn or something. I don't remember. We went to Salt and Straw.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I got.
We see people doing a lot of stuff like that, and it's really cool. It's awesome to try new things like that, but we kind of focus on the classics and doing the
Yeah.
classics really well. It's kind of like that comfort thing, You
Yeah.
can always
Yeah.
count on the classics. So
Right.
That's
Yeah,
kinda
it's
what we're
definitely
all
something
about.
that I'd go and be like, "Ooh, I want to try this," but
Yeah,
it's not something that I'd be
a
like,
whole
"I want
scoop.
ice cream that's balsamic vinegar flavored," right? I don't know.
Right. Though, I had dessert at a spot in Houston, Nancy's Hustle. It was amazing. And they did a Parmesan cheesecake with local honey on top and fresh cracked pepper.
Oh, that does sound good.
I-
Cheese
That sounds
on
really
anything.
good.
Yeah, I feel like doing an
That
ice
sounds
cream
really good.
flavor like that, where
Yes.
it is a sweet and savory kind of thing. So there's
Will that
there's
mix
your
well?
next idea.
Yes.
We did.
Cheese.
We actually did an awesome. What was the Cotiga cheese
cheese.
base? We did an ice cream with that.
It was just a sweet cream with.
Oh yeah,
crumbles.
that's right. It was just Cotiga cheese and our sweet cream base, and it was really good.
Yeah.
It was just nice. It had just a little bit of that salty, savory flavor from that, but it
Nice.
was really nice, sweet, and it was good.
Yeah, I feel like a ice cream that was the cheese and that sounds good. Sounds really good. So let's do the kitchen sink.
Let's do it. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
So the kitchen sink. So the questions we ask pretty much every guest. It's more rapid fire. You both can answer your own answers to each.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Sure.
All right.
Sure. Do you guys cook at home?
Yes, definitely. He cooks more than I do for sure. I'm a baker.
Okay.
I like
Nice.
sugar on everything.
I like to make up my own recipes. I look at recipes for inspiration, but I usually like to cook my own way. But it would be different every time. So she got on to me. She's like, "You need to start writing these recipes down because I expect them to be the same way every time." So I started doing that. I have a recipe book. That has quite a few recipes in it now. So when she gets hungry, I said, "Go get the book out. Tell me what you want."
That's sweet. I like that.
See, I do what you do. I have no recipes. But if you were asked to showcase one ingredient, what would you make?
That's tough. What would you say?
Well, how about you pick the ingredient and he says what he makes?
Oh.
Ooh.
I think I know what this is.
I don't
What's
think
your
I
favorite
know.
thing I make for you?
Corn and rice and ginger.
Yeah. It's like I make her like a ginger corn. It's like charred corn and ginger and just white rice, like long grain
Chicken
white
broth.
rice and chicken broth, and it's just like a porridge, like a kind of
Nice.
corn and rice
Yeah.
porridge, and it's just like hearty. It's real, kind of neutral. You can
Like-
put as much ginger, as little ginger in it as you want,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it kind
load it
of
up
helps
with
us upset
ginger for
stomach.
me.
Oh yeah.
Too.
Super
We usually put, like-
comforting.
Yes, it's always in our freezer, so I can unthaw it and have it.
I
Nice.
make big batches, and she freezes it in little bags so she can have it whenever.
I love it.
Nice.
That's a good one. What is something strange that you don't like but most others do?
It's really hard because we really like everything and we
Yeah.
really will try anything. The only thing that I can think of is maybe onions, but I'm not even sure if people really like onions.
I like onions.
Do you like onions?
I like onions.
I like them if they're fried, I
like
guess, but anything
onion
fried.
rings,
Yeah.
I can afford onion
rings.
rings, but
That's funny.
Yeah.
we're
So-
the same with onions.
Yeah. So even like cooked onions and stuff, you just
No.
don't like it?
We'll eat it. Like if
It's
it-
funny.
we
You're
won't-
like, do people even like onions?
It's an onion.
We're like, who eats
It's an
onions?
onion. I mean, if it's like in a dish, I'm not going to say like no onions or something.
Right.
But we're not going to cook with them if we don't have to.
But on the other hand, one of my favorite dishes is Mongolian beef, and it's like
Yeah.
just beef and onions, basically.
Yeah.
So, every once in a while, as long as they're not undercooked.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
No
I
crunchiness.
don't like the sulfur kind of
Interesting.
flavor.
Yeah.
I sometimes with like Pakistani Indian food, sometimes you have like onions on the side and they're raw.
Oh.
So
Cringing.
it's like her with cilantro, right?
Yeah.
I mentioned I put cilantro.
Fresh
on things.
cilantro
Yeah.
can't do it.
Oh, really? That's
yeah.
fun.
That's interesting about cilantro. I said some people think it tastes like soap,
Yeah.
and some people love it. I hated cilantro when I first had it, and I heard it was a genetic thing, but I've actually come to really like
Really?
it now. So
I keep
Ooh, maybe we
trying.
can convert
Yeah.
her.
One of these days.
You
We
know,
can convert her.
I have found that if it's cooked within something, I'm usually okay. Or if it's like dried cilantro that you can like shake for like a garnish on top,
Yeah.
I can handle that. But fresh cilantro tastes like soap. Like I don't see how
I'm
anybody.
with you. I tasted it. It was terrible. I'm never eating this again in my life. And then I
Yeah.
tried it. I was like, that's not that bad. So,
It's not that
Well,
bad.
good for you for keeping trying. though.
I'm hoping for the day that happens for sure.
We'll convert you.
Yes.
But I'm also not a big fan of raw onions, unless it's like super thinly sliced red onions, like on a salad. I can
Yeah.
do that,
Yeah.
but that's about the only.
Yeah,
way.
I mean, you don't want like big chunks of onion and everything,
No.
right? Yeah.
No, no.
No, she's like,
No,
no,
y'all
no,
stop
you
talking
do
about
not.
the onions.
No, you do
So
not.
when you peel the onion,
That's funny.
she's like, most people they make them cry when they cut them, but for me, even when you talk about it,
Yes,
I don't like it.
exactly. I don't like it.
I have goggles I wear when I cut onions.
I do
cannot
too.
take that. Yeah.
They're hilarious looking. They're
Oh,
like
yeah.
purple, big
That's
old.
funny.
It's worth
goggles.
it for
It is
sure.
I
worth
just,
it.
I just lived
100%.
through it.
You're tougher than I am.
Yeah, for sure.
So apart from onions, what are your favorite snack foods?
Popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn.
Everything.
I like.
Yeah.
I've been getting into Cracker Jacks a lot lately. It's like bringing back my childhood. But yeah, Cracker Jacks. We've been.
He's been
snacking.
making beef jerky homemade
yeah,
too.
homemade beef
It's-
jerky.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I like that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, popcorn's
dehydrate.
my
I love-
favorite
I
snack
love
food.
popcorn.
I like
I do
popcorn.
too.
Yeah.
For Christmas, I got an air popper,
Oh, yeah.
and they don't tell you this, but at the movie theater, okay, so movie theater popcorn is like the best, like what you
yeah.
get at the movie
Yeah.
theater.
Oh, yeah.
And on the area where you can like doctor up your own popcorn with all the different flavors, like that's fine, but you can usually find those flavors in the grocery store. What you can't find is the seasoning that they put on their popcorn.
Well, it's like popping.
Yeah. And if you ask them to give you a little side of that, and it's like the salty, buttery, it's like a little
Really?
powder
Pro tip.
mixture.
That
Yeah.
is a pro tip for sure.
So every time I go now, I get a little side of that, and then I make popcorn at home and sprinkle that on, and it's like movie theater popcorn at home.
That's like the movie theater secret menu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, totally.
They probably don't want me sharing this
Yeah, they're like,
information.
Too late.
find you.
I'll like put on like the popcorn butter and then sprinkle that on. It's
We found a really-
fantastic.
We found a really interesting way to make it in the microwave with just a bowl and a plate on top, and you put the butter on the plate and you microwave it, and
Like 5 minutes.
for like 5 minutes, and then you just pour the butter. When it comes out, the butter's already melted. You just pour it on and mix it up.
Yeah.
It's all in one bowl. But then we made some really fine kosher salt. We put it in the Vitamix and made it look almost like powdered sugar. And it coats the popcorn a lot more evenly, where it gets that nice salt.
I
yeah.
like
So,
Breaking it
that.
down really small like that helped a lot. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Popcorn pro tips for
There
you.
you go, right?
Yeah.
You got it here. What is your favorite food to get to go? You're in a hurry, picking up something.
pho.
Go ahead.
Yes,
Go ahead and say
it's
it.
pho, you guys.
We usually get like 4 servings of it.
We do.
And eat it for days.
I know they know too. They're like, "You ready for your to go?" They already are ready for us to get
They
it.
bring out like boxes.
They do. They know.
How many do you want today?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Do you get the same thing every time?
Yes.
I either get
She
the
like no thought given. She's like yes.
Well,
Yes.
she goes for pho every time. Sometimes I kind of hesitate and go for the vermicelli bowl,
Yeah.
but I sometimes change it at the last minute back to pho. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's kind of a hard
It's
decision.
hard. If you get if we go and we get a vermicelli bowl, we either have to go back the same day or the next day and get pho.
Oh, yeah.
You're like that didn't hit the spot. That
so
wasn't it.
funny. That's really funny.
What country would you visit to explore their food culture?
Probably Thailand, I would think.
Yeah,
Probably Thailand.
We
'cause-
like spicy.
Oh yeah, spicy.
I do too. I like to
Nice. Yeah.
sweat
Yes.
while I'm eating. Like, you know, it's good if you have beads of
Yes.
sweat on your
Oh, yeah.
forehead
Yes.
or
Yep. That's the only way to
Cheeks,
know.
yeah.
Like, yeah.
cool.
And I love street food. So like Asian countries
Yes.
have like full of street food.
the best,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep. It's really cool to see people perfect street food like that and just sell it all day, every day, the same
Yep.
thing. But it's so good that
Yeah.
people keep coming back. You know, so.
It's always so consistent.
The consistency. There's
Yeah.
that consistency.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
it helps.
And this is our final question. I'm afraid it's going to be the pho again, but maybe not.
This has become a
I'll come
leading
up with something
question.
different. Let me try.
No, you
No,
can't.
you don't
if,
have-
if it is, it is. But then we might ask you for a second. one.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your
okay.
favorite restaurant in Oklahoma City?
Okay. Obviously, it is 7 Asian Bistro. We do really enjoy Travel by Taste. It's on 50 at the MacArthur?
With MacArthur.
Oh, I've never tried it.
It's really good.
It's I don't remember where they say they're from, but
I
they
don't
have
remember either.
gyros and we eat gourmet sabzi. I don't know if you ever heard of gourmet sabzi. It's really good. I'm not even sure. It's mainly like dried parsley and dried
Lime.
black limes and stuff that kind of make up the base. And it's got a stewed. It's got stewed meat in it. It's kind of like a roast. If you've never had it, it's phenomenal. Theirs is really good. And then they also have a dish called jeweled rice, and it's how would you describe that? It's got saffron and pistachios and candied orange peels and stuff like
That
that on
sounds
it.
awesome.
Interesting.
It's really good. Yeah, it's called jeweled rice. But
All right. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Cool. Is that
Travel
your
by taste.
Well, so we got 2 there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Very cool.
I chose something other than pho.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you. I can eat pho multiple times a week.
Yes.
I used to eat it more. Again, whenever I lived in Houston, I had a place that would deliver up until
yeah.
3 a.m.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I
could you go
used
wrong
to
with
work late, and I'd get off around 11, go out and have drinks after work, get home to my apartment, and then just call in pho.
That's
And they
amazing.
were right there to just deliver at your door.
now I'm
Like,
jealous.
Yeah.
yeah. It was pretty amazing. It spoiled me, and then I moved back to Oklahoma, and I was like, dang. Like,
I think we were doing a truck event one time when the ice cream truck, and I had got pho and brought it in for lunch. And somebody came up to Win and said, "Why does it smell like pho in there?"
But working on your new flavor, bro. What?
Right?
Way off me.
what, bro? That's funny. Was there anything that we missed about Roxy's that we
Our
haven't
vegan
talked
flavors. Let's talk about that.
about? Ooh, yeah.
Our vegan flavors are just something we experimented with, and it was just so successful that we've really tried to expand that more rapidly than the dairy flavors, really. And,
Really?
it's been such a good response, and it's not only people that want to eat dairy free; it's also people that just don't want a big scoop of ice cream on their stomach. You know, they're
Yeah.
really nice, light, and refreshing.
What's the base?
We have different ones. So we sometimes use almond milk, sometimes we use coconut milk, and sometimes we use soy milk. I think right now we only have one flavor that has soy milk in it.
Yeah.
But
It kind of depends on what flavor profile you're kind of carried through. German chocolate was our first one, so it was a coconut base, so it's kind of a no-brainer to.
Right.
We weren't going to try and hide the coconut. We wanted to embrace the coconut.
Exactly.
So, and the chocolate and all that stuff. So that one was our first flavor that we developed that was really a huge success, and it's actually on our permanent menu now since it
Nice.
was so popular. There's another one we tried to get rid of, and they were like, "Nuh-uh."
No. What are some other vegan flavors you have?
blueberry cheesecake is probably one of our most popular. It is, and it's the one with the soy milk. So it's really good. What else?
lemon poppy seed.
Lemon poppy seed, pina colada,
Pina
key lime
colada.
pie, cake batter. Horchata is also really popular.
Horchata is one that people get angry when we
They
don't
do.
have. So.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
It's like I think it's a traditional Mexican drink. It's like cinnamon and rice and almonds, I believe, that are soaked. And it's kind of our play on that. It's not exactly the same recipe
Right.
as that, but we kind of adapted it into a flavor, that works really well.
That's awesome. I think that's fantastic that y'all have vegan flavors.
I think I've tried some of those. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
We tried to match the texture and consistency of ice cream so people didn't feel like they were missing out.
Yeah.
We had- those are ones that it took us a little longer to perfect the bases, but once you get the base perfected, it's just kind of playing with it one way or the other from there.
Right.
So, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know I think Oklahoma City, like we are slowly coming around to have more vegan options. But it is a struggle for people that are just either, trying to eat healthier or vegetarian or vegan, finding enough options that are actually good, really good, and not just salads everywhere you
I
go.
don't know if you've heard of the Loaded Bowl. It's a pretty
yeah.
good friend of ours. They got some really awesome stuff. So, and he actually taught us a lot about what makes things vegan, because I didn't really know a whole lot about it. So I leaned on him for a lot of expertise on that. And he actually told me that even the sugar you use can be non-vegan. So we actually tracked down someone that made their sugar, non-vegan or vegan sugar. So that was how in depth we went to make sure that we were doing the right thing for the people that are vegan.
Nice.
So.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, do you have any other questions?
I don't. I think I'm out of questions.
No, I think this is great. Now I'm like really, really craving some ice cream and pho.
What a combination.
Right?
I'm pretty sure I know where we're going after this, honestly.
Well, it's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much
Thanks
for
for
coming
having us.
on.
It was
This
so
really a lot of
fun.
fun. So.
Yeah, and you guys can follow Roxy's Ice Cream Social on social media, Facebook, Instagram. Where else are you? Is that
I say all that stuff.
I think,
the main one?
stay out of
that's it. I used to do
I'll just
Twitter,
mess it
but
cool? Yeah,
we broke up.
Yeah, we've never even had a Twitter
Yeah.
account.
We're like, should we try it? Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, OKC Foodcast. And if you'd like to send in some listener feedback or if you'd like to collaborate, we'd love to hear from you. And you can email us at okcfoodcast@gmail.com.
That's right. And in the meanwhile, share this podcast with a fellow food lover. Let's explore the food scene of Oklahoma together.
Yeah.
And leave us a rating and write us a review. We love getting those positive reviews. Keyword positive reviews. 5
please,
stars or
thank you.
5 stars plus, please. That's what we want.
Absolutely. And again, thank you guys. It was a pleasure
you.
having you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
And until next time, friends, eat well and be happy.